Hi Tauruses, this is going to be your monthly reading. It's a general zodiac spread which will give you a sense of what's going to happen in different departments or areas of your life. If you're having a birthday this month, I wish you all a happy, healthy birthday. And let's get started with your reading. I've already shuffled your cards and laid them out. So, Taurians, in your first house, people are going to see you as kind of worried about a situation or a person in your life. Many times, this is sleepless nights, and it's a concern for you that you don't seem to be able to solve. It's kind of like a lot of things are hanging over your head. And this card will come up often when you're worried about a family member or someone's health or a situation with someone very close to you. It's usually not yourself, but it's worry and concern for another. In some instances, you may be also worried about something concerning you, but normally when this card comes up, the world is going to see you as being worried about someone else. And that's pretty much all they're going to see about you in the month of May. So try to, have a good birthday and a good spring in spite of this concern or anxiety that you're feeling at this time. Okay, in your money house, you have the Fool card, and this is a card of taking risks, speculating, doing new things, exploring possibilities. And you see, at this time, you have a fresh outlook on either your savings or your 401k, your tax return. A lot of you may be even looking at new ways of generating wealth or a new job. And so this is a very exploratory card. It's not typical for Taurians to be, spontaneous or impetuous regarding their finances. However, Uranus just went into Taurus now, and I think that many of you may be thinking about Bitcoin or different areas of revenue that you never really considered in the past. And because the financial markets may be shifting quite a bit with Uranus and Taurus, many of you, may see this as license to try new things with your money or new ways of earning money. Your third house represents your neighbors, your cousins, your siblings, and this is a card of happiness, enjoying life, loyalty, friendship. So for many of you in your environment, you actually have some very good friends around you, and you will be enjoying time with them in the month of May. So this is pleasant get-togethers, it's positive outcomes. You just have a lot of people that have sunny personalities and want the best for you, no hidden agendas. This can also represent your siblings or your cousins. And so this will be very nice. And for online communication, because Gemini rules the third house, many of you will be getting happy birthday cards and happy birthday communications. And it's just a sense of well-being and strength and positivity. So your environment is really going to nurture you in the month of May. In your home, you have the card of celebrations, so you may throw a birthday party for yourself, Taurians, but this is the card of parties, get-togethers, reunions, enjoying the good things in life. Food and drink figures prominently when we see this card. Many of you will be having get-togethers and social events held at your home, and it will be a lot of fun. So this is a great card for, your environment, your neighbors, and for your home. Very pleasant get-togethers that give you emotional comfort or pleasure. Okay, now in your fifth house, this can represent children. In this day and age, children can be pets as well. And it also represents new relationships. I consider a new relationship one that you formed romantically in the last 3 years. And you have the devil card showing up. So for some of you, we'll start with your kids or your pets. Some of them might be a burden to you. You might feel chained to having to parent them in a way that no longer is suitable for you. They may be depending on you too much, and you've outgrown a situation, but they haven't. So this can be like the monkey on your back or a ball and chain. And for some of you, I'm sorry to say, your children just may be spoiled, or they may have addictions that you may have to spend time or money or counseling to rectify. Same thing if you have pets, there may be very expensive veterinary bills ahead for you. And if it's a new relationship, this is saying that you have dead wood from the past. There's a lover or a person that you outgrew, but they still kind of haven't let you go, or you haven't let go of the bad taste in your mouth, but you're still attached to a situation which isn't, positive. So if it's a new love, you're going to have to clear your energy out a bit to start seeing people and attracting, positive people, just like, you're attracting in your environment. But in your new love house, you have old habits or attachments to people that kind of colored how you approach love or romance or dating. Now, in your sixth house, this represents your health and also your work. So for the female Taurians, this is saying that you identify, with your home, you're taking care of yourself, and you're in your prime, you're coming into your season, your power, you're the earth mother, the nurturer, you're strong, you're healthy, you look good, you take care of yourself and others. And so for you, if it's your health, you're doing very well. And I would also put this for the male Taurians, for the health department, unless you have a doctor who's a female and this person is very practical and grounded and they just have good common sense to give you in terms of your lifestyle or your diet or your health regimen. If this is work, many of you are partnered up with a woman of means. This is a woman who has established herself somewhat in the world, and generally, she's comfortable financially. She's also grounded. She understands business. She takes care of others. She's not a selfish human being. So if any of you are working with this woman, that's great. This is a person who's naturally good at business. This also is the card of inheritance, or a woman who's had an inheritance. And for some of you, you may feel that your work is somehow connected with a woman that received an inheritance, or a woman that can lend money to you or back some project. In your partnership house, you have the long-term family happiness card. So for many of you, a partner can be your family, it can be your mate, it can be a colleague, an associate, your children. And so whatever, partner this is speaking about, it seems to be related to your family in the month of May. Whether this is your mate or your children, I can't say, but this person believes in generational good family happiness, where all the members of the family are doing well and are emotionally taken care of and are able to realize their dreams. So for many of you, you do have a partner that wants to have long-term happiness, and it may be with you. So you'll have to, read this in your own way, Taurians. Some of you, it may be family members that you're getting together with, and they also, are your partners, and they're celebrating your birthday with you. Now, in your eighth house, this represents shared resources and also your bedroom and your sexuality. And so you have the wish card here. So for some of you, you may be dating the hottest thing since Adam and Eve, or since the world began. So for some of you, you're really enjoying your bedroom, and there's a lot of sensual satisfaction and pleasure. And many of you feel you've met your dream lover with this card. If it represents shared resources, it means that you'll be getting what you want, or you're hoping to get your wish. And, you'll have to decide, if that's an insurance policy, a custody battle, a tax return, it can be disability, whatever, shared resources are available. You have the wish card here, so you may be wishing for a piece of the pie. But I take this more in the sensual, sexual department. But again, a little bit of caution, with the devil card in your new love house, because some of you, it could be even someone who has a bit of a sex addiction, and, you get trapped in relationships where the sensuality and the sexuality seems perfect, everything you would hope for, and yet, maybe you're not being with a person that's completely balanced. They may use sexuality as a form of manipulation over you. So you're going to have to decide, again, what this wish is in your eighth house. Your ninth house represents litigation, lawsuits, higher education, travel, and publishing. And you have the card of temptation and choice and seduction here. Some of you may be approached by a lawyer or a legal individual to sue someone or start a lawsuit, because this is seduction, and this is a person that would make it look like it would be very favorable to you to pursue some lawsuit with an individual. So you'll have to decide if this is wise or not. For higher education, you have choices to make. You may think that a certain career or a form of training is going to be great, and you need to find out more information, because this is the card where everything that glitters is not gold. For publishing, you have a choice, and this could be, do you want to self-publish? Do you want to look for a publishing house? There could be many choices. And then if it was a trip, it would sound very seductive and very inviting, and you may even want to plan a trip for the sole purpose of seducing someone or engaging them and enticing them to get into your intimate, sensual relationship. That's very possible with your other cards. Okay, in your career house, you have rest after labor. So this is a card where many of you Taurians feel like you've arrived. You can take some time off. You don't have to, fight the battle and fight the money dragon. This is a card where you have balance and harmony, but you're more interested in romance and a marriage and enjoying life with a partner. And so even if many of you Taurians are ambitious or active in your careers, there are also a percentage of you that want, to get married, and that may be your career, to find the right mate and to settle down. Okay, in your house of friendships, you have the Chariot. So some of your friends may be traveling to see you. Some of your friends may just be traveling. They may come in for your birthday. They may be going on vacations themselves. They may be moving house. But most of your friends are ambitious and driven. And, this shows that you like to be around people that are going to go somewhere in life and that have the will to steer their lives in a good direction. So you will be around some ambitious people in the month of May. And then finally, your 12th house is your blind spot. It's kind of like your prison. And, it's not a surprise, Taurus, that you have the Ten of Pentacles here. This is about generational wealth, inheritances. It's also about real estate. And, you have this inheritor or this person in your 6th house who has established themselves in the material universe. And you're either working with this person or in some way your work is involved, or you have dealings with a person that's very comfortable and established financially. And that's the card I told you of an inheritor. And then you have in your 12th house an inheritance card, and it's all about money. And so for many of you, I think, you're looking at, have you achieved the financial wealth that you want to achieve? Is this a prison where you hold yourselves to very high standards, where you're supposed to get a lot of money or make a lot of money or own a lot of property or have an inheritance? Many of you are thinking about that in May. Some of you may have had an inheritance or acquired property generationally through the family, and you're looking at and examining if that was useful to you or if it was something that kept you in bondage because it was a burden for you. So you'll have to decide, what this wealth card means. Generally, all the earth signs do like to achieve wealth, or they like security, and they understand the physical universe. That's what they tap into. And so having a lot of stuff is something that the earth signs generally do. So you'll have to decide, but you are going to have a happy birthday. You have some really nice cards around you. And whatever or whoever you're worried about, try to enjoy your birthday season and don't get fixated on, the concern for another person where it sort of absorbs all of your attention or you lose sleep over it. Okay, Taurus, I hope you like this video. You can like, subscribe, or share, and I'll see you back here next month. Wishing you a happy birthday again. Take care.